Oh man, that's what I love about Mark. His solos are something special. Hey there, NavyDoc5184 here. Welcome to another music reaction. Today we're reacting to Dire Straits, Calling Elvis from On the Night in 1993. Dire Straits has been such a joy to react to, and this is one that was actually, I've seen a few suggestions for this one, so far y'all have been on fire with these suggestions, so I'm really looking forward to getting to this. So we will go ahead and get started. I will leave a link in the description below. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm already liking the sound of it right from the get-go. That's interesting. Okay, that's what that was. For a second, I'm like, is there a banjo player somewhere? Ooh. Okay. I'm already in love with the bass part.
Yeah, tell him I was calling. Wish him well. Never need my number. Heartbreak hotel. Oh, love me tender. Baby, don't be cruel. Return to sender. Treat me like a fool. Calling Elvis.
This is very interesting.
Calling Elvis.
Okay, y'all, I gotta say, so far, this might be the most interesting song I've reacted to for them. And I say that because of this. I don't know about anybody else. I feel like this song is mixing at least four genres, maybe even five. Because it's like, you definitely get that rock sense. And, you know, I even feel like a hint of blues. But then I also hear like tinges of like, I don't know if R&B, but definitely country. Like I definitely get like a country vibe from this, and maybe even a tad of bluegrass. It is very interesting how they managed to mix all those together in one song. And who would have thought that those sounds all together would work so well? I mean, especially like once he started singing, then I got that little boom, boom. It's like, dude, that felt like so, like, I don't know why that felt so country to me. But, and then you add the, I know technically it's not a banjo. I don't know exactly the name of the instrument they're playing, but it's, you know, the one where it's like flat down, you know, kind of like a slide guitar almost. So actually, maybe that's the actual name of it. But the way that they were doing that, it almost sounded like a banjo, which kind of gave me like the way they were doing that. That's what gave me like the bluegrass feel. But it's like, you feel like you got like rock, blues, and country all mixed in there too. It's like, how in the world does one manage to make all those together when if you say, oh, hey, I found a song that's got all these, like those particular genres, and you're just like, there's absolutely no way it would work. And yet, here we are.
Yeah, you gotta tell him he's still the man. Got a long distance, baby. So far from home. You're the only thing, baby.
And they all always look like they're having so much fun with these two. That crowd, man, I tell you what. I always love seeing the crowd so into these performances. Oh man, that's what I love about Mark. His solos are something special.
Is anybody home? Calling Elvis. You know, did you leave the building? Gotta come to the phone. Yeah, calling Elvis. Someday wrong,
Yeah. Oh my goodness. With as fun as these are to watch on YouTube, I can't imagine how fun they would have been to see in person. Oh wait, they got two people drumming on this? I didn't even notice that until just now. That's interesting. I mean, it works, but very interesting. Dude, his skills are crazy. It doesn't even feel fair for somebody who fingerpicks to be that good at these solos like this. That is amazing. I love when we get those moments. Those moments where you just see the smiles on their face. It's like, come on, y'all, let's just have fun with this. I love it. You really don't see that much anymore. Don't hurt him now, Mark. Let's say we had our moment. Let's breathe a little bit. Because you know what's going to happen. He's going to let us breathe, and then he's just going to hit us with a knockout punch. I can feel it. Honestly, with as much as I was into the song, I wouldn't be surprised if we're near the end, actually, now that I think about it. Dire Straits has that effect on me. I just kind of lose track of all time. That is cool. That little back and forth they're having. That is so cool. Dang, homeboy is getting it. Get it, my guy. Both of y'all. Oh, that's why I love watching these performances. Everybody gets their moment. Like, everybody gets their moment. Look, even them on the stage is like, hey, y'all get your do your thing. See what I mean, though? They're letting everybody get their moment. Wow. That's right, dude. You did your thing. All right. It's all right. You feel good about what you did. You have every right to. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. I love it. I can't stress enough how much I love seeing the fact that you can tell they're having a good time. Oh, my God. Oh. All right, my guy. Yo. Wow, they literally had all three of the guitarists get a solo. Is everybody getting a solo here? Wow. I'm not gonna lie, that all might have been my favorite bit of this whole song. Wow. Whoa, Mark. Wow. All right, y'all, that was Dire Straits Calling Elvis from On the Night 1993, and that was a very fun song to watch. And just as I said just right before they got done, that last bit might have been my favorite part, because you had Mark doing like a little bit of a solo, and then you had the, I think I called it slide guitar earlier, but I think amongst it, in my head, I'm thinking maybe the technical term is steel guitar, but either which way, you had Mark that did his little solo, and then you had the steel guitar do their solo, and then for, oh, good Lord, I gotta learn his name. It's like I had it, but then I lost it, but then you had the other guitarist, he got his solo in, then you had, like a, kind of like a cowbell solo. It's just like, dude, is everybody gonna get a solo on here? But that was just so cool. And one thing that I feel like I always say when watching Dire Straits performances is it feels like there's always a part of the song where literally everybody gets a chance to really have their moment, and that's such a beautiful thing to see, because you just don't see it really, you don't see the wealth of attention really spread out amongst groups. Probably really the only time I've ever seen it too much with a band. Well, no, I can't really say the only time, because I mean, I've seen it with some other groups, but I guess it's just because, I may have seen it, but knowing just really how many groups out there, and that usually there's probably one or two in the group that really get like full attention. So it feels like it's probably more of a rare thing than what it actually is, but it's still really enjoyable to see. And I've always loved seeing just how much of a good time they're having, because to me that just kind of just adds to the feelings of joy you're getting when watching them. But and one thing I do want to bring up, and I think I saw this in the comment of the video, is someone was talking about musicianship versus showmanship. And I tell you what, Dire Straits definitely, embodies musicianship, but I will say this, there's definitely some showmanship in there. And honestly, I don't think you can really have a full on like awesome performance without at least a little bit of showmanship. I mean, perfect example, Queen. I mean, all awesome musicians in their own right, but it's not just that really makes it. It's their stage presence, the show that they put on. You gotta have some showmanship. So anybody that says that, Dire Straits abandon showmanship, I really beg the question on whether they really watch, because there is some, maybe not to the extreme that you see, especially nowadays where people focus more on the show than anything. But I mean, honestly though, if you really think about it, every good show has at least a little bit of showmanship. It doesn't have to be extravagant, because I wouldn't say Queens was the most extravagant, but good Lord, I cannot speak. But you get what I'm saying. You gotta have a little bit of showmanship in there, and it doesn't have to overshadow the musicianship. And bands like Queen, and now that I'm seeing, Dire Straits, embody that so beautifully, where they get the right mix of both to make a darn near perfect show. Like, I'm just like, I mean, between, honestly, on the night, I feel like I've done at least two more reactions from this particular show, and it's just like, man, what a show that had to have been. And that's just what I was saying before, is as much fun as it is for me to watch this on YouTube, I can't imagine how much more so it would have been had I been there live. It's such a beautiful thing. I always love watching all the members when they get, a moment, you just see them, they got these huge smiles on their face. It's like, oh man, how does that not make you feel good, knowing that they're having such a good time doing what they're doing? Probably, I would dare say, rivaling how much fun the fans are having. I mean, the way it looks like it, I mean, between that, everybody getting their shine, and as I said in my pause break earlier, I mean, the mix of genres that felt like they did with that. I mean, yeah, obviously, I mean, the solos, had like, rock feel, definitely a little tint of blues. If you really kind of listen, you definitely hear the blues influence in that. But then like the mix of like the country and bluegrass on there, I mean, it's just like, how does that work? And that's where the whole musicianship comes in, because you gotta be a talented musician to be able to make something like that work. And that's a credit to everybody in that group. I could talk Mark all day, especially with his solos, but you just mix in everybody else together, it's just such a magical formula. And it's amazing how, when you look at older groups, and not even just rock groups, just groups in general, you can even go like R&B groups, soul groups, or anything like that. When you get like that right mix together, it is freaking magic. I mean, just think of bands like Queen. There's no way that band could have worked without those specific four members. Think about Dire Straits. Would that work if they had, if any of those members were different, would those have worked out as well? And I was talking about like soul, R&B. Think about the Temptations. How many, lineup changes that, did they make before they finally found the magic formula? The Supremes, it's like once they lost Diana, they weren't the same. You can say the same about so many other groups. I mean, you could even say family groups, but it's like, again, it's like you gotta get that right mix. Like I was thinking about like the Jackson 5, I mean, yeah, they're a family, but at the same time, it's just like, if they used any other family members that had the talent, I mean, think about, as great as the Jacksons were, it felt like at the same time, there's just kind of something missing without Jermaine, in the group, but I mean, it's just like, back in the day, it felt like they really had a great understanding that you have to get like a perfect mix. Like, you can't just throw a group of talented people together and think that that's gonna work. I mean, there's so many other things in there in regards to chemistry that I just don't think people really nowadays fully get the grasp of. You know what I mean? That's just really my opinion on it. I mean, there are some groups today that I feel are in that same vein. It just doesn't feel like it's as much of a priority anymore. And it's really sad, because I think about how many people, groups out there that, really had a lot of talented people. And it's like, if you're just with the right group of people, I mean, you all could have been big, but I think it's just more like, oh, hey, you got talent, let's throw you all together and boom, you're a group and make it work. That's how it feels like sometimes. But Either which way, I think that is enough of a tangent on my part, so I will go ahead and just end it there, and thank y'all for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to hit the like button, and also if you have not already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be aware of any time any new reactions get uploaded. And also, if you're even interested in supporting the channel even further, feel free to check the membership so that you can become an official member of Division 5184, as I like to call our community of people. And with that, I got 2 separate tiers. You can definitely feel free to look. I do have a video in my channel that explains the tiers, but definitely feel free to check out some of the perks that come with becoming a member. And if you're interested, feel free to join in. Would love to have you there. But thanks again for stopping by. I hope you all enjoyed it, and before check out my other Dire Straits reaction videos right over there, and I will catch y'all down the road.